What's up, guys? Welcome back to the JCC show. So, today we are going to talk about a topic that may or may not get under your skin a little bit. We're going to talk about priorities and how to get yours straight so that you can use them to help raise your standards, to help you achieve the life that you want to achieve. So, first, we're going to start off by talking about the lies that you tell yourself. Excuse me. Kind of congested. Got cold last night. Or might have been the night before. Anyways, so the lies that we tell ourselves. The big one is, I don't have time. That is crap. You make time for the things that you want to do. You make time for your priorities. It's hard for me to take people seriously whenever I'm trying to work with them or tell them something and, I don't have time, or, really, because you have time to scroll on your phone for 3 hours. You have time to go hang out with your friends. You have time to go to the bar. You have time to do this, you have time to do that, but you don't have time to build the life that you want to live. And I don't buy that. That's not logical. It's not factual. And changing your belief in this one lie can work wonders for your future. It's imperative that you do so, that you change this lie and you talk in a way that is more empowering rather than disempowering. It's crazy to say I'm too busy, and like I said, then go get on your phone, play on your phone. You're gonna make time for what you want to make time for, and the things that aren't as high on your priority list are just gonna get thrown by the wayside. And so we, as people that are trying to take our lives to the next level, take our jobs to the next level, take who we are to the next level, is we have to change that. We have to stop lying to ourselves, and we have to get our priorities straight. So for me, making content, making these podcasts, I believe it's what I'm supposed to be doing. And so tonight, I didn't make a video last night or the night before. I had my daughters with me. My daughters are always my number one priority. I love them. I love doing this, but I love them more. Also, they are 6, 3, and 1, and they're very loud, and that just doesn't work while they're here. So tonight, I'm actually going to go ahead and record the video for episode 4, 5, and 6 tonight, and then I'll just put the 5 and 6 out tomorrow and Tuesday. So, but that's because this is one of my priorities as well. Going to the gym for me is a priority. I have to do it. I have to make myself do it. I want my body to be better. I want to be more fit, more solid, more healthy. Whenever my daughter is walking down the aisle one day, all 3 of my daughters, I want to be there for them. I want to do that. So I have to make it a priority. If I let it slip, I just revert back. But I made standards that don't allow me to do that. The biggest priority that most of us have in our daily lives is comfort. And comfort is a death trap. It really is. It's getting in your comfort zone, and it's just the same thing. Your routine, it will kill you So it'll kill all your goals, it'll kill your ambitions, it'll kill your desires, it'll kill everything, because comfort is the enemy of progress. There's the saying, step out of your comfort zone for a reason. And most people would rather be comfortable than live their lives. Most people would rather be comfortable than build something. It's not a smart way to live your life. There's no progress, there's no growth, there's no happiness, there's no anything good inside your comfort zone, except for that feeling of, okay, I'm okay in here. And for a lot of people, that's enough. For me, it's not. If you're watching this podcast, for you, it's not. Comfort is the enemy, and we have to step out of that and make our goals and the things that we need to be doing our priorities. We have to raise our standards. So it's time for you to do an audit on what your priorities have been. You've got to sit down, look at your life, zoom out. Like, don't micromanage it. Don't pick at every single thing, but zoom out. Look at your life and say, okay, and get your pride out of the way, get your ego out of the way, because those will stop you. And say, okay, what do I want to be doing? What am I doing? What do I need to be doing? And you've got to get them figured out. You've got to put priorities on top. Comfort is irrelevant. You can be comfortable when you're sitting, when you have attained your goals. Up until that point, comfort is not a necessity. Where does your time go? Are you scrolling the internet for hours and hours and hours? Are you watching videos? Are you listening to music when you could be listening to a podcast or an audiobook or something that will teach you something? You've got to figure out where your time's going. Your time is your most valuable asset. You're not ever going to have... You have an allotted amount of time, you're not going to get more. So, get your priorities in order. Figure out where you're spending your time. Figure out adjustments that you can make that will take you, even if it's 10 minutes a day that you're not spending on scrolling social media, that you're spending towards putting it towards your goal. 10 minutes a day starting off, and then over time add another 10 minutes, and then get up to an hour, and then 2 hours, whatever you want to do, however you want to do it. But you have got to reallocate your time towards your priorities and towards building the life that you want to live. When I lost my kids to CPS, my priorities were all out of whack. I was more concerned with using and trying to maintain the relationship that I had with my ex-wife rather than prioritizing my kids where they should have been. We lost our kids to CPS, and only then did we get our priorities straight. Only then did we see, okay, we messed up, and now it's time to fix it. And we had to prioritize our kids over everything, over each other, over drugs, over alcohol, over everything. We had to put our kids first so that we could get them back. And we did that, and now we have 3 beautiful, healthy children, and they love their parents, and we did the right thing. But we did the wrong thing first, because our priorities were out of whack. Get rid of distractions. If your priority is you need to get enough rest so that because you have to wake up early, put your phone in a different room. Buy an alarm clock. That's crazy to say in 2026. Buy an alarm clock. They're like $10. Put an alarm clock in your room to wake you up. Leave your phone in the next room. If you have a problem with scrolling and you don't ever go to bed early because you're on your phone. Get your priorities straight. I'm going to say that over and over and over. Because until you have your priorities straight, you're never going to be able to take the steps that you need to walk towards your goal. Because you're always going to get distracted. You're always going to get pulled this way or pulled that way, or hey, this, I need that. People, things, all sorts of crap. When you have your priorities straight, you understand the things that you can and you cannot do, because you're more focused on where you're headed than what's going on around you. That's a great place to be, because only then can you consistently take the steps that you need to take. So, you have the time. You're just spending it wrong. I mean, it's all about raising your standards, getting your priorities straight. It's massive. I can't overstate how important it is to have your priorities in order. Working with a guy, and I ask him to do things, and, oh, okay, I'll get to it tomorrow, or I'll do this tomorrow. No. Do it now. Do it now. Get it done, because we can't even progress until you have your crap together and in order. And he hasn't done it. He hasn't been going along with it, and it sucks, because it's like I don't want to waste his time. I don't want to waste my time. But it's like, dude, if you're not going to do what I'm asking you to do, then there's no hope. Like, you're not going to get anywhere. I can teach you how to do the things you need to do, but you got to listen. You got to make it a priority that you are accomplishing the things that I'm asking you to do, so that we can get further down the program. I have an entire curriculum set up for it. I have an entire program set up for it. You've got to work the program. You've got to get your priorities straight. Your priorities are not what you say. It's not what you talk about. It's not. Your priorities are your daily actions that you do every day. You're not, you can say anything, but when I see, you can say that working out is important to you, but when I see you skip the gym every other day, or 2 days in a row, or 3 days in a row, obviously the gym is not your priority. Obviously health and fitness is not important to you. You've got to reorganize what is important to you so that you can achieve your goals. There's no other way around it. That's what you got to do. I'm sorry. My congestion is just absolutely just... bleh. Real priorities are uncomfortable. And they suck sometimes. And you're not going to find real priorities inside your comfort zone. You're not going to find growth inside your comfort zone. You're not going to find anything that I believe you're the type of person that wants, because you're watching this podcast. You're not going to find the things that you're looking for in your comfort zone. And that's just how it is. It requires effort. It requires discipline. It requires you to have a direction. And only when you realize what your priorities are and you get those in order can you develop a direction for your life. I find so many people are unhappy or unfulfilled or they're just miserable, just walking around, and it's because they have no direction. They have no sense of up and down, and they have no clue what their next step should be. And it's because they have their priorities all out of whack, and they don't know how to get them fixed. So, figuring out what has been a priority for you up to this point, figuring out what needs to be a priority for you so that you can proceed. Those are two massive, massive things that you've got to do, you've got to accomplish if you're ever hoping to move forward. having the wrong priorities will absolutely devastate any chance of growth, any chance of fulfillment, any chance of being the individual that you want to be. So, man, just get your priorities in order. Like that's it. It sounds complicated and it sounds crazy, but it's not. Write it out on paper. Get you a paper, get you a pen, and just sit there and what are my priorities? What do I need my priorities to be? And then work towards that. Like, if you want to just be stagnant and you want to just chill, ignore everything I'm saying. I don't believe that's you because you're here. Don't settle for less than you can have and you can be and you can become. Don't settle. The first step towards that is getting your priorities together. So you have to choose what matters to you. And what matters is not what feels good. What matters is not what matters is when you look back at your life at the end of it, do you want to be able to say, hey, I did that. Like, that was awesome. It was uncomfortable. It was painful. It was stressful. But I did that. Or do you want to look back and be like, man, I should have done more? I know for me, the choice is easy. I want to look back and be like, yep, did that. And it sucked. And it was not always fun. But hey, I did it. And I showed my children how to do it. I taught my kids how to be the best people that they could because they were watching me. My kids are my number one priority, and showing them who they can be and showing them how to be good people, that's it. That's number one for me. Above all else, above being made of money, above being popular or even liked. Man, I gotta raise good kids. They've got to know that their dad always has their back. Their dad loves them. Their dad will do anything to make sure they're okay. And they've got to know that daddy was trying and he was working his butt off to be the best person that he can be. That's my priority. Aside from that, my priority is helping. Well, I mean, I guess right after that would be making sure that my kids have everything that they need financially. And I work my butt off to do that. Outside of that, outside of my kids, it's trying my best to help as many people as I can. I'm literally doing all sorts of stuff. I've got this podcast. I've got a free course that I'm in the process of building. I've got a paid course that I'm in the process of building. I've got the social media accounts. I've got traveling to speak at rehabs and functions to teach the curriculum that I've developed. Like, outside of my kids, this is the most important thing to me. And that's the reason that even though I feel like crap right now and I've got a sinus headache that I've had all day long, I'm still making this video. It's because it's important to me that I help as many people as I can. That's what this is about for me. And I have made it a priority in my life. And so even days that suck, I still have to do it. I might not post as much on my social media accounts, but I'm still posting. I'm still recording this video because it's important. It's a priority for me. So get your priorities straight. I know I keep saying it, but it's such a simple thing that can make such a big impact on your life. Is figuring out what matters, figuring out what doesn't matter, elevating the things that matter, making them priorities. This hat is black and that curtain's black and it's kind of tripping me out a little bit. Anyways, so how do you set your priorities? How do you get them in order? What are the 3 most important things in your life? for me, it's my kids, my parents, and you guys, and helping anybody that I can. So, my parents are okay. My kids, they're great. They are living their best lives. I got one playing t-ball. I got one that she's the middle child, and any of you parents know what that means. And then the baby, she's a sweet baby. She's great. Anyways, the only thing that I'm pouring into it daily is this. Also me, of course, my fitness, my health. But this is massive to me. Like, what I'm doing here, this is massive to me. So, I genuinely believe that this is my calling and this is what I'm supposed to do. Set three or four of the most important things in your life. Cut everything else out. It's all just noise. It's all just distractions. Like I said, write it out. Write it out on paper. Write a list of 30 of them if you have to. Figure out what the most important ones are. Mark them all out. Everything that's not one of the most important, mark them all out. Don't prioritize those. What you focus on is what you feel. What you feel becomes your reality. So focus intently on those 3 or 4 things, and you'd be surprised how fast that your brain starts coming up with ideas and coming up with, oh, well, we could do this and that would get us one step closer to that, and then we could do this and that would take care of this thing here. And it's crazy. It's mind-blowing how fast it all actually happens. I started this podcast Monday, almost a week ago. It was going to be a weekly podcast. I was going to do one a week. And then I changed my mind, and now it's going to be a pretty much daily podcast. There will be some days that I miss if I have something going on or something crazy, but aside from that, it's going to be every day, and I'm just going to keep pushing it out, keep pushing it out, keep pushing it out. So get your 3 or 4, mark everything else out, get rid of all distractions, and just focus. 90 days. 90 days. Take a look at where you're at now. Journal it if you have to. Spend the next 90 days focused intently on your priorities and just watch how crazy that your life gets. Your life right now is the sum total of what your priorities are. So if your priorities are getting drunk or high and you're okay with that, then I guess live that life, I guess. But if you want better, you can have better. And it starts with changing your priorities and raising your standards. Y'all have a good night.